getting messed about because I believe, you know, people are getting rid of certain cameras now because they bought it at the wrong time. Yeah, and now the cameras now that got coming out now. What are the key? There's a key few pointers I would like to advise people. You've looked into the camera, so what are the key points that you looked at for a quality entry level media camera that you would use for run and gun?
The first thing for me, straight out of the box.
Man, we shouldn't get paid for this part. Consultation. This is consultation.
The first thing for me, straight out of the box, just for in terms of where I'm trying to go to. For me, is if the camera can't run 4K 30 at least, I'm not interested.
Affinity Xtra, be extra.
Yo, people, this is Roger Moore here, and Affinity Xtra, the better gospel music of Black origin, and we are here with Tech Xtra. Myself and Marx has popped into the studio here today in sunny Birmingham, and we just, you know, trying to do a tech podcast without mentioning new Apple products. Is that possible?
Well, we're gonna find out, aren't we? We're gonna find out.
We're gonna try and pull this out because I think people think we might as well call Apple Extra.
Yeah, that one there. Yeah.
But we just use Apple products, guys. So we're in a stock item. But anyway, couple things. We are recording on the day of the launch of Insta360's new camera, 360-degree camera. Now, we have been on the show, we have debated, we have had a conversation about, is it worth buying a 360-degree camera? It's getting proven, bro. The low lights there. I'm going to bring up the specs of this while we're talking. But what's your initial feeling, bro? Come on, talk to me.
And you know what? So, in terms of the 360s, I've never owned one. I've used them.
I use one.
I've used them, the 360s, but I've never owned the 360 because I've never found a benefit for things within my own like business.
Yeah.
But these new 360s, X4s, X5s, I'm starting to see like different things in them where I can, because especially like I do a lot of like events. So in terms of like catching content for an event, I can just imagine scenes where I've got doing the 360 while I'm standing in the middle of the event. So I'm catching everybody. So I'm kind of looking at it like that and thinking, you know what, if I really put on my creative cap, I could probably find a reason to use these cameras now. So I want to look a bit deeper into the X5 since it just dropped. Because like, I mean, the X5, for what you're getting, but I think the price is very respectable. So
520 quid.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, so literally, I think I'm going to look into it and watch a few videos that they've released to show people what their product can do. And I'll probably try and get into that because, like I said, I've not used them in my own business, but I've used them on behalf of like clients and stuff like that. And the content has always been really good. So I just can imagine, like I said, the different scenes I can use for my own now. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. You know, bro, it's almost a case of you use it today and you never use it again.
That's what I'm saying. If I'd have to find a use case where I would use it regularly. Because I use events a lot, it would have to be something I use in events. So anytime I'm catching footage of like the artists on stage and then flipping to everybody else in the audience and different stuff, I could use it in that. And then if I do that, I'll be using it every month. Because I'm always at events.
Okay, Affinity Xtra, is there a use case? Could we use it here? Are people ready for it? Because imagine doing a live stream and you got a 360 camera and people can go around. But no, who does that?
I don't know yet. I think in a studio surrounding, I don't think it's going to be much use to kind of like do it like that. I don't know. The only thing I can see being used for in a studio setting is, you know, like after you chop up the standard videos and you make your reels and then you show one person's face, then you show the other person's face. With a 360 camera, you could probably just create the reels by just rotating the camera instantly. If you get what I mean. So like literally, like while you're talking, it's just focused on you, and it will just automatically switch to me, and so you're just creating your reel on the go.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
That's the genuine thing I could think of that we could use it for in studio.
Would you use it as an interview thing? Like you could go out to people and just interview.
I could do.
You
I
see,
don't think I would,
because all right, we're going to the festival. We're going to the festival. This is recorded before we go to the festival. You may see after the festival, but we're going to the gospel festival in Liverpool. Yeah. Could you see a 360 camera working there?
Yeah, definitely.
Watch it. He's gonna buy it now. For
what I said, it can be used. Definitely.
He's gonna buy it there. He'll be like, look what I got. Right.
If I stand right in the middle of that festival, and I'm getting footage on the stage and everybody else, the footage will look banging.
Yeah, man. You imagine the footage there.
Yeah. So it'll look banging.
Outdoors, it's indoors this time. Yeah.
It depends on. It really does depend on the situation, but I think for me personally, I would use it in those situations. I don't think I would use it for one-on-one interviews. I kind of like editing. I like sitting there and chopping videos up and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of like having the 4K video and chopping up and making my own reels and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I probably wouldn't use it for one-on-one interviews and things like that. But yeah, live events, I would.
Okay, cool. No. I'm just looking at specs and stuff. Like I'm just looking at it's got comparisons to the old one. Where is it? Sorry guys, I'm just flicking through. It says well, they're still selling the X3 and that's for 300 quid. They're still selling the X4, you know what I'm saying? But the flagship level, the key things is what it's bringing to it is replaceable lenses. What they're bringing to it is a built-in wind guard for clearer audio, which is important for the people on the move. Insta frame mode, I'm not too sure what that is. Better battery life. So imagine now the early one, when I first saw it, really, the X3, that's when I really saw it come through. That's 81 minutes. With this one now, it's 185 minutes.
So you're literally getting 3 hours of usage time.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, especially, and it's crazy, but it's also so great because, like, again, using the example we said, if we're going to a festival, you don't want to be there for just over an hour and then your battery's dead.
Yeah.
3 hours of straight shooting. And things, you wouldn't use it for 3 hours of straight shooting. You use it for the segment you're going to use it for. So you could get through the whole festival pretty much.
But you can charge. It has a fast charge option, which it does 80% in 20 minutes.
Yeah. If I connect it to an external SSD, not SSD, external battery pack.
You're nice.
Yeah, so that could work. I think the interchangeable lenses, I think, is a game changer because you don't need to worry about having to send it off to be fixed if you damage the lens or anything like that. Because it was fixed before. Where if you have interchangeable lenses, you could literally do what you do with batteries now and just buy the camera and buy extra lenses. And then if something goes wrong, you just take it out and you put one back in yourself.
That's true.
I think that's a game changer for me.
Yeah. Replaceable lenses.
Especially for people that will be using it constantly and you can't afford for it to be sent off, fixed and come back to you.
Now 100%. Yeah. This is still got it's got an AI chip in it. It's bragging about the sensors also a lot bigger. It's got pro imaging. It's got 2 pro imaging chips. So it looks quite cool. Looks kind of cool. It's running 8K at 30 frames per second or 5.7K at 30.
See, that's the only stat I don't pay attention to.
Go on.
Because nobody uses 8K really.
Yeah, but 360 degrees, I'm using 8K, bro.
Yeah, but when you upload it to any of your platforms, no one's ever going to see it in 8K. It's only ever going to be 4K.
But
YouTube
no. But it's too. But, in 8K. Okay. But the thing is, it's two 4Ks together, though.
It's 2 4Ks together, right? But what I'm saying is, you're not getting when you put it to YouTube, nobody's going to be sitting there watching an 8K resolution video. It's a maximum of 4K. Instagram's a maximum of 1080p at the moment.
But is it
so it's like the stat is there, it's great, but you won't really get the full use of it.
So what format would you record it at?
I'll record it at 4K. I'll use it at the maximum that I can use it on social platforms now.
But technically you got it wrong though, I believe. If you're looking at 360 degree 4K is 8K.
That is just a spin of words. If it's just 2 4Ks, then just say 4K with 2 different whatever.
Yeah.
Don't just tell people 8K. It's false advertising.
No, true.
But I tell you the other thing that I am liking though is, and again, this will be very beneficial for events, is the fact that they've worked on the recording in dark settings in the night.
So simple, because concerts and stuff. Yeah, but I think that really messes it up because a low light in a lot of our performance spaces indoors. When you're in the UK, a lot of indoors. That's what lets us down with GoPros. We've seen it before with GoPros and all this business. It's the indoor performance.
Yeah, and that's a game changer because if you can go to a concert now and what you are visibly seen with your eyes in terms of how bright it looks, the camera can pick that up.
I
think that helps a lot because all the light is generally on the stage. And if the camera can't go past the bit of dark that you're standing in, it's a problem. So the fact that they've worked on the low light usage, again, along with the interchangeable lenses, is a game changer.
Should I get this or should I get what they're talking about? They're talking that DJI is going to release one. Would you wait on DJI? Forget GoPro. No matter what GoPro's done out here. They come like, you know, Mercedes Benz.
I think that for what this new X5 is giving you with the Insta360, DJI would have to pull out some serious magic to beat it. The only thing I can see them doing that's going to be drastically different, it will have to be a price thing, where their price is lower and you get the same kind of level of thing. But if you think about all the specs that we've just reeled off, that's already at the very high end. So what else can DJI really do? It's going to be the small like functions like do this and do that, blah blah.
No, but DJI has got some weight, you know, but when they do stuff because DJI has really knocked GoPro off its perch. You know what I'm saying? And Insta was about to take over GoPro, but then DJI come with their action camera, and just mash up the flex. The way it works seamlessly with its own mic system and whatsoever, so you can have an ecosystem of DJI because the DJI has really and continue to get these reviews of the what do you call it? The hand Osmo, the pocket Osmo. I don't know if you've used what you're saying, but I don't want to touch it because I just use it too often. You know what I mean? But it's a really good device, a blocking device. Because I had the Osmo Pro back in the day, so I had the proper professional Osmo Pro and whatever. I've still got some of the elements to it and whatsoever, but they've done this pocket Osmo, bro, and it's just messing up the flex.
Yeah, I mean, that in itself is caused a big coup. And you know what's really amazing is that at the moment, both DJI and Insta, they're knocking cameras out very quickly. So I feel like the recent DJI one only just came out. That's how I feel. And it's good though because obviously, you know, technology is going along and they're giving us the latest stuff as and when. But
I think the battle used to be with GoPro and then about GoPro and all the little boys. And DJI kind of sneaked up and Insta sneaked into the market. Now it's a full-on fight between
Insta and
DJI. You know.
GoPro kind of rested on the laurels a bit too much because they were the first to kind of really do it properly, and I think they got too comfortable. And let other people like sneak through the back door, and now the other guys are. What happened to them is like what happened to Sega. You know what I'm saying? It was Nintendo and Sega for a long time, and then suddenly now Sony come in, Microsoft come in, and you don't hear of Sega no more. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they didn't really keep going up with the others.
Sega, you know the one there, but that's true, but also one of the battles that have happened is with Insta has bought out really good mobile phone stabilizers, and I've been waiting on this one, and the Osmo Mobile came out, and that's meant to be really serious with it, and it works. And what they've done with the new Osmo Mobile, what I've seen, it works seamlessly with the Osmo's got like a little small pocket mini mic kit. So it just works straight with that. You don't even need to. I don't think you need a receiver. I think it just works. You just need a transmitter. You know what I'm saying? You just need a mic and that's it.
I mean,
and it goes directly
the stabilizers
to the
are ridiculous. I was watching this video. So someone basically made a short film, and when you watch the main camera showing you what actually is happening on set, there is a lot of motion going on. You know what I'm saying? To the point that a normal person just filming with their phone would be shaking all over the place. But then they show you the footage from the stabilizer, and you will never know because it is literally that good that all this stuff is happening, but you're still getting a nice, good, stable image.
Good. No, that's brilliant. No, absolutely fantastic, bro. Absolutely, and this is what people have to realize. Like I'm a tough. If I go stabilization, I got a stabilizer, but I'm looking at even like DJI's release, and the reason why we're talking about it is because a lot of new technologies come out over the past 3 months, and they kind of ramp up for the NAB event, and that's where they really show what they're going to do. It's amazing how they don't wait for just that event; they kind of build up and they show it. But the DJI's RS4 Mini, which is really good because we can work with the cameras. What's tempting me, works with cameras really well. Like myself, like I got my with big cameras, but then at the same time you can put your mobile phone on it as well. And it has an adapter with it. So I like that idea. And it is like the old stabilizers are great, but you have to do so much to it. But I really want to get into that stabilized market just to up the value of what I'm doing production wise.
And the very fact that, like you said, they work with like your DSLR cameras and stuff like that now. For me, again, it just offers you so much more choice now, because before all these things were kind of geared towards people using mobile phones and things like that. But the fact now that you could use a camera, a proper camera to connect it, again, I mean, everyone knows that, you know, the mobile phones, in terms of the cameras on them, they've really got better over the years. But there's still no comparing them to like a proper quality camera. So you can put a proper quality camera on the edge of one of these things now.
You're on it. And I think that that's the thing that make that DJI is just creating an ecosystem. As much as I believe, I use the Rode system for my miking. It's so tempting to go DJI because the way it can just work. If you got, I don't know if you've seen with DJI. I'm sure it's DJI. You can put their attachment on top of Sony cameras.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
And it works through the hot shoe.
See, that would be interesting for me because I use Sony cameras.
This is what I'm saying. He said, I'll tell you about his camera, you know. I'll just check it for you, you know. Imagine you know them things. So I watch too many camera programs. To be honest, that's my forte. But like Sony camera, I think you can literally put it in, and there's like a connector thing at the bottom of the shoe, and that goes straight in and boom, where you are.
See, that's what I need to know, man. That's the things.
And you just put it there. It just connect. So you don't need no wire to go into the camera. You just slide it in.
That's the one. That's the one.
Problem, people. Houston, we have a problem. But I still got my Rode devices. What else is new on the DJI front? Okay, so basically, I'm just checking DJI. Let me just go back across. What also, somebody talking about cameras, me and Marx was talking about, okay, what's the best entry level camera that you can use to go to gigs? Because a lot of our presenters struggle because they see me do my cameras. I cheat because I do filming, so I have to have highbrow cameras and whatever. So so when I go out to places, I'll go. I've got the gear already. That's my gear already. I've already. It makes sense for me to have that gear. But if you're a hobby media person, you don't want to spend more than a G, $2,000, $3,000 on a camera. Now, slowly but surely, camera companies are addressing this issue. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've got the S9, which is a full frame, works within my Lumix system. My Lumix S9 works. I can use my full frame camera lenses on that camera. Brilliant, I've got a GH6, which I'm going to look into depart ways from and just go full frame on my system. But the thing is now, is that when I'm talking to my other colleagues, Lady T's the word or whatsoever, they're getting messed about because I believe, people are getting rid of certain cameras now because they bought it at the wrong time. And now the cameras now that got coming out now, what are there's a key few pointers I would like to advise people. You've looked into the camera, so what are the key points that you looked at for a quality entry level media camera that you would use for run and gun?
The first thing for me, straight out of the box,
man, we shouldn't get paid for this part. Consultation. This is consultation.
The first thing for me, straight out of the box, just for in terms of where I'm trying to go to, for me, is if the camera can't run 4K 30 at least, I'm not interested.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are cameras which do 1080, 60 and all this kind of stuff, which, some people can argue, if I'm just starting off, I just want something basic, blah, blah. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'd rather put the extra bit of money, get a camera that will at least give me 4K at 30.
I'm looking at 4K, 60 frames, bro.
Even that. But I'm saying 4K, 30 frames is the minimum for me.
Yeah. Or 50.
But then, like, I think so. That was the first thing. Then on top of that, I'm looking for something that would be easy to use in terms of connecting other devices to it as well.
Yeah.
So, like we were talking about, you've got Rode microphones.
Yeah.
The ease of use to be able to just clip in a Rode microphone into the camera and just start recording and straight with the microphone in that way. So that kind of stuff. Also, USB-C. A lot of the older cameras used micro USB.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for ones which run off USB-C now, and that USB-C port can be two different things. It could be the charger as well as the display.
Yeah.
So then when I'm connecting that to the display, it'll give me the output on this extra screen, whatever it is that I'm using, or like I said, to charge it. And also the biggest thing, and this is probably more important than all the others that I said, was I'm looking for cameras that deal with the overheating issue. A lot of cameras will have an overheating issue. So after about an hour of use, it switches off.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
And I remember, I never forget when the R5 first came out, the Canon R5, and it was like, everyone got excited, this sort of 8K. And I had my 6K Lumi because I got my Lumi, but that's over there. I had that now. I always put big money on that, you know, bro. But you can hit record at 6K. You can leave it recording. It's got the fans and stuff, and it became heat gate. It just blew up, mashed the internet. Literally after 8 minutes, 8K, it burning your camera.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? 8 minutes, bro, and the camera's switching off. Too hot.
It's crazy.
8 to 12
what
minutes.
I try to avoid. I mean, I've got the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II.
That
recently came out, I think it was towards the end of last year.
Go on, what's it? Sony?
The ZV-E10.
That's it. ZV-E. Yeah. ZV-E10, yeah?
Yeah, Mark II. So they got the first one, then they got the second one. The first one you could probably pick up now for about £600.
Yeah, I can see that.
The recent one you'll get for about £1,000 without the lens. And then once you've obviously got the lens, then you're looking at the price going beyond that.
Because that's competing against my S9, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's APS-C though, isn't it? Yeah.
So
okay, let's look at specs, because I'm going to see if we can challenge the anti-dust. Okay. Yeah. That's nice. So you can do 4K quite easy. Internal. What's the HDMI size?
Standard HDMI.
Standard HDMI. Yeah. No mini or micro.
No, SD. It's
mini. Is it mini HDMI out?
Yes, mini HDMI.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Because that's another thing. When you get compact, you got to have mini. And what I will say is that mini is not as nice as full HDMI. You know what I'm saying?
It's not because of the size. Like I was saying, the USB-C port on it acts the same way as the HDMI. So if I want to get like an external video output, I just use USB-C.
USB-C, you don't use HDMI?
Yeah. So USB-C, like you see that monitor we've got right here? Yeah. If I literally can have that, connect to give me the image. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. That's a good little quirk from that. So you know what I'm saying?
That's one of the reasons why I got it as well, because I wanted to have like a camera monitor. So obviously I want to get a smaller one, but I wanted a bigger one for when I'm doing like recordings in my own like build.
Of course.
So yeah, that works perfect for me in terms of going straight into that, and it works. Remember I was telling you as well that same camera USB-C goes straight into my iPad as well, so I can actually use my iPad as a monitor, going from the camera straight into the iPad as well. So when I'm filming, I can see what's going on there, and whoever else, if I turn the finger, they can see what's going on. So yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great work. That's great work on that actually. Still, and it's got one SD card slot in it and whatever.
SD card slot in it. Stuff,
okay, cool. No, that's strong.
One of the things that I really like about it, I'm assuming that Lumix has probably got something similar, is that especially when you're recording in a studio setting like this, I don't use a standard battery. I use a dummy battery. And that means that I don't have to ever worry about anything at all. I don't have to leave it like charging the other battery and rinsing it, because the dummy battery just works based on the metal clips. Yeah. Put that in there, and it fools the camera into thinking there's a proper battery pack in there.
Yeah, and then you just plug into your battery source. Yeah.
So
power source.
I use Because I can use the dummy, it makes it.
Bro, I got about 5 different versions for my Lumix cameras here. But I was just before he came in today, I was just there going, "Oh, I'm gonna put my GH," because it just saves that. Well, especially when you get power bricks that I use all the time. You get the production ones. You've seen them all around here, man. You got all these big bricks, SmallRig. We'll get to SmallRig in a bit anyway. But this is a good point, because you've got so you're looking at spending around about £1,000 on that entry pro hub. I'm not calling it a hobby, man. It's a semi-professional amateur kit. That's what it is, because you can charge for what you're doing when you do this stuff as well. And bear in mind, we were talking about, you can use your iPhone, and I'm kind of moving away from using my iPhone. Every time I try to tell myself I can, I can't. You know what I mean? I'm saying, I just can't, because it just can't compare to my cameras. But the thing is, right, so on the S9, there's a few, like, what's important is a clean output, clean HDMI output. That's what messed up a lot of people who bought cameras from 3, 4, 5 years ago, but they don't have clean HDMI output. So you can't HDMI output and maybe utilize in this studio setup and just use it as a camera pointing to you. Because, a lot of times I'm recording now in 1080p on my Rode system. So I'm not recording 4K, but for workflow wise, it's perfect. But the thing is, when I watch it on my TV at home, my TV is 1080p, even though it's a big screen. You know what I'm saying? But, it's amazing how many times we got 4K screens in our computer scenario, but on our TV screens, a lot of them are just HD. Straight 1080. Well, Mark's gonna tell me he's got 8K. Is it for a 60-inch TV at home?
I'm not. You know what? The fact is, I've got a nice size TV. But to be honest, I don't use it that much because because I have like my whole studio setup is like built like around me like that. So I've got like a monitor here, a monitor there with all my roads and everything else and blah blah. So everything that I do it on the monitor, and all my monitors are big monitors as well. So even when I'm like chilling, I'm thinking, I just want to chill and watch Netflix for a bit. I'll stop working. I'll just stay in the same position. So I don't really use the TV. It's there, but like the monitors are all like 4K plus monitors. So I think we don't really have that experience of the city anymore. We just sit down and watch on our iPads and different things like that. Stuff, I mean, so like I said, if you're going to binge watch an anime series, I don't need to sit down and catch myself downstairs and be unproductive. I could be productive. And the other thing as well is that even in my leisurely time, it's like, I'm watching the football, for example, I'll have 3 matches going on. So one screen's got one match, one screen's got one match. So it's better for me to just stay there, leave the TV and just stay where I am. Man, Champions
League was real with Amazon Prime. Amazon, and then you had doing on Discovery as well with TNT Sports. So there's that. But what's sneaky going out there, and shout out to, I might send this to Lady T actually. I know she don't want to go back to Canon, but Canon's released out a new vlogging camera that's really built for vloggers. I don't know if you've seen much about it.
No, because I'm still very much a Sony person, and Sony have done the same thing.
So they've done this EOS R50, and the price-wise is quite decent, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the specs on this now, let's have a look at these specs. Specifications. It does 4K 60 like you want. Yeah. It's APS-C, which is the same size sensor as yourself. It has the it's got interchanging RF lenses, which is good, bad, whichever. That's when if I'm a pro, I'll get this as a sneaky addition to my Canon. If I Canon, I could stick my big beast boy and just
and that's the thing. A lot of people are buying these as secondary cameras to kind of like back up what their company got already, which is good. And like I said, I think.
But I'm like the PowerShot now. The PowerShot, which is a legendary Canon brand of cameras. I'm saying a PowerShot now. Comparing it to the Canon PowerShot, I think the PowerShot is price wise. I think it's similar, if not more expensive. So PowerShot is about similar megapixels, 22.3 PowerShot, that's 24.2. Stabilization, the PowerShot has the stabilization, but this one doesn't have stabilization, the R50. Whether that bothers you or not, you're not really going to be running around and do shit.
Again, when you're buying cameras, I think you got to buy based on what you know you're going to be doing. If you're doing a lot of action, then you need something stabilization. For someone like me that's going to be doing a lot of point and shoot, then stabilization isn't a major thing because my camera's like 99% times going to be on a tripod.
Yeah. But still, what I would advise people to do is have a monopod.
Yeah.
Because when you're taking pictures, you still need stabilization. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have a slower. You have to almost slow. You know when you get that blur, it's blurring up because it has to slow down just to pick up the to get brighter on there. So definitely, guys, monopods out there. Even if you want to get away with this R50V, check this out. It's kind of a neat little product. It can do the 60 frames, as we said. It can do 120 frames in 1080p, which if you want to do a little bit of a promo is quite useful. But
the other thing I think which is a major thing for me when it comes to choosing the camera is what software is the company releasing as part of that camera. And the reason I say that, going back to my ZV-E 10 Mark II,
go on.
Is the Creators app that Sony released. You, like I said, you can connect the camera to it via Bluetooth. So I can literally set the camera up here, go into the other room, and be like, "Oh, I forgot to hit record," and just press record on the app.
Yeah. Of course, good. Lumix has got Lumix is on that as well.
And it's all your things. And in that same app, you can adjust all the different things like the white balance and this and the other. So. Again, I think the app that comes with the camera makes a massive difference in terms of like what you're going to be able to do.
Yeah.
If you're just going to be doing, again, if you're a very beginner, you just want to put it on a tripod and just hit record, and then when you finish, just stop. You might not worry too much, but as you start developing and going along further and getting more creative, I think all these little things make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because now, like I said, I'm focusing a lot more on the monitoring of my images now.
Yeah.
So the importance of being able to have that external monitor screen to see what's going on, and then be able to externally be able to like shift the white balance and everything else without having to keep going behind my camera and stay in front of my camera, especially when you're shooting by yourself. If you've got somebody else that's there, that's different. But if you're by yourself, you want to see it on the display and then just have something where you can just monitor the white balance and tune it. I look better there. That's fine. So the software makes a massive difference as well.
100%. That product support. I think. I'm not happy with how where Canon is because it should be much further on for such being a giant. I feel like the Lumix has a lot of innovations. You know, when they had with the app, I just connect here, and when I do my live show, I just take a picture of myself quickly, and then within seconds, boom, it's on my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So I just download it straight to my phone, no problems. I can control it through the app and everything. That's my S9. I think my S9 was like the one that first revolutionized. When I can actually download LUTs. Onto my and down from other people as well, and put that into my camera and have a look. I'm like, so there's so many things you can do.
And saying that's the other thing about the ZV Mark II as well, that it can record reels instantly, so you don't have to do no cropping. So you literally just turn the camera and the screen will. You see that when you got your phone, you take off the rotation thing. It works like that. So as you rotate the camera, it will rotate automatically into a real size. So when you record now, record it like a reel and it just goes straight. Again, it will just connect straight to social media and just put that reel in its phone for you as well.
Yeah, brilliant. So the software is there. Sorry, guys, if you thought it was Lumix versus Canon versus Sony. We're all trying to upsell. Yo, guys, listen, we got examples, man. Yo, Canon, if you want to send us a R50V to actually see if it's any good. But I do feel that for the price it is as well, bro, this R50, it's like it's pitched itself with a lens. For the same price as $1,000. So it's like, It's like that, isn't it? It's like, it's like one of the ones where no offense, Canon, but it's like that for me when it comes to Canon.
The thing is, if you can't. When you see the things like that, and they say to you, the camera with a lens for $1,000, really, you got to say to yourself, okay, so that means I've got to spend about $1,400 because generally the lens they give you isn't the most best lens. You're going to have to go out and buy the lens that you want initially.
Yeah. You go indoor with that lens, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So guys, like I would say definitely there is a lot of options now coming up for like compact pro.
Yeah,
There's Fuji's got Fuji cameras got a lot of classic look stuff. So I would say if you want to attack the market, if you got $1.5 grand, you're nice. Yeah. Bear in mind, we know Donald Trump's on a crazy one right now. You know what I'm saying? But they'll all settle down because they're all just doing a gazumping thing right now. You know what I'm saying? So crash the market, still up, do that, just doing the things. But sorry, I might get in trouble for that one. But
FBI gonna come.
Gonna come my door, man, and say, "Yo, Roger, you tell the truth." You know what I'm saying? But no, 100%. I think that's there. Okay, some more products out there. So we talked about cameras. What else? Okay, something that got my excitement on NAB. I said to Marx, one of the key things we talk about is things that enable accessories that enable you to be the best you are in what you're doing and whatsoever. Now we bumped into I straight away NAB. For the NAB show, it's got NAB, loads of products are coming out on that day, but the one that I saw was really cool and it's going to come out, they reckon 65 quid, but we'll see, or $65, whichever way. We'll see what come out. It's basically SmallRig has basically come up with a screen, a wireless screen, which just supports 4K 30 frames.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Video monitor. Comes with a cold tune stuff for iPhone, and it functions through MagSafe. Now, 1 second, can it function with MagSafe from a perspective of connecting?
See, I think that's exactly what you're saying. So you'll obviously connect magnetically, like my battery pack does. What I'd be interested to know is if it will charge the camera, because obviously, like, with the new iPhone technology, you can put your phone on top of somebody else's phone and it'll charge it up. If they allowed that for this as well, so literally it will be powered by your phone. Even better. But I love the idea. The only thing I'm keen to find out is if the size is built for standard iPhones or for the Pro iPhones and Pro Max iPhones.
Okay.
We don't know the actual specs of the size of the camera yet. So I'm wondering, like, is it too big for the standard iPhone 16 or is it?
No, it's not. It doesn't look like it. It's basically quick compatible design for MagSafe. Instantly attaches to iPhone 12, 13, 14, 16, 15, 16. Right. Yeah, you're not going for the big camera, big phone. I think that market is too small. But bro, this is real time sharing. Basically saying it's got 2-hour battery built into it. Bro.
No, it's going to be a game changer. I mean, for those of you that are wondering what we're talking about, so if you imagine you're doing your filming and you've got your rear camera on the back of your phone, most times this is going to be recording you. So if you're recording a video of yourself like that, so I'm filming myself now, I can't see on the screen.
And that's the best camera. Yeah. That is the camera. That is the camera at the back.
But you can't see on the screen like what it looks like. So this device basically attaches to the front here near the camera. So where my camera is here, it will attach there like that.
Yeah.
And you'll now be able to see on a monitor here what you're recording with your thing. So that's basically what it does. And that's why it's such a game changer, because for years people have been putting their best camera in front of them and just hoping that the phone hasn't switched off or something hasn't popped up which has interrupted the recording. They can actually see now fully exactly what's going on the screen. And I didn't realize about the 4K thing, because like we said earlier, there's actually companies that have done other versions of that, but I think theirs has only gone up to like 1080p or 720.
Yeah, of course.
So I think this would possibly be the first 4K one.
4K one.
So
and SmallRig is a brand that I've got. SmallRig.
Yeah,
you can see SmallRig all over my studio, man. SmallRig this, SmallRig that, SmallRig everything. You know what I mean? SmallRig
name. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's quite. And the thing is, guys, what you have to realize is that that may change how cameras get designed now, because when I do selfies, like I'm going and I hate it because the cameras rubbish. That looks great. No, it doesn't. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? But my best camera's there, and I want to be able to go.
See,
bam.
With SmallRig doing this, what I would love to see is a company like Apple saying, you know what, let's just create an accessory like that ourselves and have like an Apple monitor to go on the back of our own phones. I don't think they would ever do it, but it would be good if they did. I'm just putting it out there, Apple.
They're not doing it, right? They're not doing it, right? They're not doing it, right? You can put it out there all you want still. You can put it out there all you want. And at the same time, guys, just want to, there is another device out there. So watch out for that SmallRig. And also, at the same time, there is another device from Aputure. Yeah, and I've got Aputure projects from a while back, a lighting company, which is going to be a nice, useful lighting device when you're doing selfies. And I think something that improves the quality of your, it's called Aputure, it is called, sorry, forgive me guys, let me get the, I think it's called literally Go, let me just put it this way. I mean, sorry guys, my camera, my phone, it's only, geez, only 31 quid.
That's very good for a little spotlight phone.
For a little spotlight for your thing. On the go. Basically, it looks like it's on the go range. Yeah. So got this thing going on the go. That's coming out. They reckon it's going to be 31 quid. Let's look at this. That's it. Yeah. Basically, Amran Go Mini phone light. Yeah. And that literally looks like for 30 quid, bro. That's brilliant. It's got its own built-in mirror, and you can put it somewhere else there, and you can operate it there, and you can just that little bit of light takes a strain off your phone. You know what I'm saying? And it makes the picture look absolutely proper.
And it works the same way as the ones we were just saying. Literally, you will attach to the MagSafe, I believe.
Yeah.
And then literally, so you'll be filming yourself with the main camera, have a small light, probably about this big, attaching to the back of your phone. To the MagSafe, so again, it gives you that extra bit of light on your face when you're doing your filming. Yeah, and these are all little things that I think content creators have been hoping for, or just looking for little gadgets which will help them to do like.
And not expensive, bro.
And they're not expensive.
They're not expensive, and I think that's the key thing. And I think that's some of the things that you have to realize, guys. If you actually do the research, you don't have to spend that much, bro. Especially you vloggers that want to do things on your iPhone. Have a nice. If you got 500 quid, you are nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely nice. A little camera, and you literally have it in one little bag, and you can go and do whatever you want to do.
Literally. You don't have to spend a whole load. You just have to spend smart. That's it. Spend smart. You'll be able to get a lot out of the whatever money you've got. And also you just build as you go along.
Nah, that's calm. That's calm. Absolutely calm. Crazy one, guys. Crazy one. All right, to you guys. Yeah, there's nothing much to report on the Apple front.
No, not until WWDC.
What date? June?
Yeah, June. I can't remember what the dates are, but
yeah, that don't do my birthday.
I received the email. I can't remember the dates though, but it's coming soon. I'm excited. A couple months to wait, and then we'll see what happens. Apple, you're not getting my money this year, Apple. I'm telling you this time. I'm telling you, you're not getting my money this year. I don't care what you bring out. You had enough from me now.
His children's like this hand-me-down daddy, all these products. Your children's like this. Because for Christmas, you go to daddy's house and takes all his hand-me-downs, bro. Like just take it.
That's what I used to do before. To get all the hand-me-downs from my cousins and my uncles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nah, that's the way it goes. But now, guys, hopefully that will clear up some things for you guys about our thoughts and some ideas for you guys to check out there. You know what I mean? And watch out. We'll catch up on a couple of things. And I got a feeling there's gonna be some more releases still to come out, specifically from companies like DJI. I know DJI's got in talks of doing an actual proper camera itself as well. They've done well with that. They've done well with that the cinema camera, and that they use that to use adolescence in it. Yeah. So it combines a great sensor and with their kind of stabilization kind of technology, so they're running like that. So yeah, man, a Chinese company doing really well. It's not that case of going, back in the day people wouldn't think this, but there's some amazing companies out there, you know what I'm saying, based in China that are delivering quality products into the tech market. And without them, I believe that the market will still be stagnant, because I really do feel like 100%. US companies kind of and British companies that kind of hold back, they don't really push to the max. You know what I'm saying? But these guys have really pushed the level of technology, and it's gone forward, man. And stuff like that. So, but what else are you looking forward to this year, bro?
You know what? I don't feel like I'm looking forward to that much at the moment. Yeah, I'm kind of just watching to see what all the companies do. I'm probably getting more excited by some of these smaller companies, like the SmallRigs and stuff like that at the moment, the little things they're bringing out, than what the bigger companies are doing. Because Apple, Samsung, all these places, they bring out new products, and they're all great products, but they all do get to a peak point where they go through a session of having maybe 2 or 3 products which don't really upgrade much. And I think now that the M4 is out, I don't think Apple's going to be bringing out anything that's going to be a massive upgrade to the M4. So I'm looking at more like small companies like SmallRig, Anchor, Ugreen. Let me see what these guys are going to be doing over the next year or so, and I'll probably be spending more money there than with the bigger companies.
Cool. But listen, guys, this is Roger and Marx here from Tech Xtra. They're saying what we're seeing out there in tech-wise, how we feel about some of the tech-wise, and hopefully you enjoyed the conversation out there still, you know. This is how we do here on Affinity Xtra. We celebrate gospel music like Origin. We're here to advise you, give you free consultation on anything tech. We're fed up of seeing how people buy rubbish tech, and we just buy a little bit of knowledge. Do hit us up, and we'll we'll give you free advice and mash up the system, yeah? This is Roger at Affinity Xtra, man. Bless you and Marks, man. Bless, man.
What's going on, people? I'm DJ H. Make sure you check out all the stuff Affinity Xtra's got going on, man. We've got loads of content, loads of things coming out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, you know. Listen. Don't go anywhere, you know. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe is the main thing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with your brethren, yeah?